this talk about inventions, I thought I ought to find out more about the way to protect new ideas with things called patents. This building here used to be the Patent Office. It's recently moved to South Wales. The Victorians actually had to lodge models of their new inventions before they were granted a patent. And those models became the foundation for today's Science Museum. In this building over here is the Chartered Institute of Patent Agents. I've come here to meet Ted Blake, their spokesman, who before he worked for them, worked for the Patent Office for 35 years. So he knows a thing or two about protecting ideas, which is just as well, because I've lodged one of mine with him earlier. Ted, have you got the model of my wonderful invention?
Yes, I have. I've got it here, actually.
Now, look at that. Aren't I clever? Look, splendid thing. And I want to protect my rights to stop people copying it.
Well, in that case, you need a patent.
So I need a piece of paper to say that Maxwell Hutchinson invented this plastic wheelbarrow.
That's right.
So how do I go about doing that?
Well, let's go and have a look at it.
Be careful with it. It's still fragile. It's only a model. Let's put it there.
The first thing you have to do when you file a patent application is to file a technical description of
So
this.
I do this, do I?
Well, we'll talk about that in a moment, because essentially a patent is a bargain between the state and the inventor. And the bargain is this. The state says that we will give you the right to stop anybody else from making your invention for up to 20 years.
I see.
In exchange for a full technical disclosure of your invention and how it works. And that disclosure is published usually about 18 months after the application is filed.
So I've got to write some sort of technical specification which says what the bolts are, what the wheels are made of.
It must be described in a way such that anybody who knows about mechanical engineering could take your specification and reproduce this article. And the golden rule in the patenting business is that don't tell anybody about your invention.
Well, I've told you already.
Ah, yes, but you and I have got a confidentiality agreement which is signed.
Thank goodness for that.
Which is absolutely crucial. Alternatively, and better still in fact, is to go to a patent agent, because there any conversation, any disclosure is privileged in the eyes of the law, and you have not given anything away. Because any public disclosure of this basic idea before you file a patent application will invalidate that patent.
So inventors mustn't go around crowing about their inventions. They must keep it to themselves.
Absolutely right. Until that patent application is filed, mum's the word.
So it's dark glasses, a trilby hat, a big black coat, and off to see a patent agent.
Well, if you like.
So do I need a patent agent to file the claim, or can I just do it myself?
Well, yes, you can, and you could probably get a patent. That's not difficult, but getting a patent that is worth something at the end of the day, that's the tricky bit. Now, you probably spent years perfecting this. You put an awful lot of time and money and effort into it,
yes.
and you want to get the best possible protection. When you buy your house, you don't go down and do all the conveyancing yourself, because you might find that next week there's a motorway running right through your back garden. You go to a solicitor. Well, it's the same with the patenting business. The money you spend on a patent agent will be amongst the best money you ever spend, providing your invention is commercial. If it's not commercial, of course, then you don't want to patent it in the first place.
So I've filed the patent application. What happens next? What's the next move?
Well, you have 12 months from that filing date to really make two very key decisions. The first decision is, where else in the world are you likely to need patent protection?
Can I have it everywhere if I want it?
More or less anywhere in the world, yes.
This is going to be very popular in China, I know that.
Well, in that case, you want a patent in China. But if you don't protect in China, you cannot stop anybody from producing and selling in China.
That's the first decision I have to make. What's the second one?
The second part, and this is the clever bit, is to define in words the actual nub, what is the crucial element of your invention that makes it different from anything else, and to protect that.
I see. In this case, it's two wheels, for example.
Once you file that, together with your search fee, which is a modest sum, at the Patent Office, that specification, that application, will then get sent to a patent examiner who specialises in this area of technology. 18 months after you've filed your application, your application will be published. The technical description and the claims are published for the whole world to see. And providing there is nothing too damaging, there is nothing too close to what you've done, best thing to do is to file your request for substantive examination to see really is the monopoly that the Patent Office is going to grant you, are you entitled to it?
So ultimately, it's not the originality of the design, but it's the monopoly that's important.
The wording of those claims is absolutely crucial.
How many patents are filed in the United Kingdom every year?
I think currently about 15,000 just for the United Kingdom. And worldwide, we're talking probably about 500,000. So this is big business.
Well, you made me a very, very happy man. I got a patent for my wonderful wheelbarrow. So now I can sit back and take all the money as it comes rolling in.
Well, you've got to make sure your patent is kept in force. What you've paid up to now will give you protection up to the end of the 4th year after filing. To keep it in force after that, you have to pay a renewal fee for the 5th year and each year up to the 20th if you wish.
Then after the 20th year?
Well, it then becomes, it lapses, it becomes public knowledge, freely available to anybody who wants to copy this. This is really the essence of the patent system, to get new technology, new ideas into the marketplace, ultimately for the benefit of everyone.
So we got this far, I've got my patent. How much does it cost me and how much will it cost to maintain it?
It's about £2,000 for the patent agent's fees and about £250 for the patent office fees. After that, your renewal fees will cost you about £90 for the 5th year, rising fairly steadily to £400 for the 20th year.
So anyone can make this after 20 years without paying me anything. So I better get on and sell lots of them now.
Well, that's right. Essentially, you've got, I suppose, 3 choices. One is to manufacture and sell this yourself. Secondly, you could sell your patent to anybody you like, in which case you lose interest in it. Or thirdly, you could license it. And that very often is a route that suits people very well indeed.
What are your favourite stories about patents?
Well, there are many and various. Essentially, the patent system is about money and being commercial. And I think the most valuable patent ever granted to an individual, as far as I know, was the man who invented the ring pull on cans of drink.
I know, the aluminium things you pull. Yeah.
That's right. Now, the first one of those came right off the top. Now, it was said in his heyday he had licenses in 90% of the world's markets. He got 1/10 of a cent for every one that was sold. Now, Coca-Cola alone sell 146 million every day, so he thinks the patent system's pretty good.